What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video. In this video today, it's all about building massive legs, in particular the quads and hamstrings. We ain't talking about the calves today, alright? And we're also not just gonna say do more squats, because, well, yes, squats should be the number1 exercise when it comes to growing legs. You have to do more. You can't just build a Olympia caliber chest doing the bench press, build a full bodybuilding chest doing one movement. I'm featuring a special guest today, someone that deserves more exposure, a smaller channel that deserves a lot more attention, Coach Joey, a buddy of Brian Alsrew, who you guys have seen on this channel. What I like about Joey is that he's a well-rounded athlete. He started off with weightlifting. He has a 405-pound, 184 kilo clean and jerk. He also does some general strength training. He squats, I think, 550, deadlifts 600 pounds, and also recently he's gotten into strongman training, competing as a strongman, and he's won competition. So he's a well-rounded athlete. He's done several different strength sports, excelled at them, and now in this video he's going to talk about slightly unconventional exercises, perhaps, because we've all heard those same ones before: the leg press, the squat, how to build massive legs. I think he definitely deserves more exposure. If you want to see Coach Joey featured once again on this channel, make sure to like this video and leave a comment below. Without further ado, here's 10 total exercises, some familiar, some unfamiliar, that will assist you in your quest to build bigger legs.
What is going on, guys? My name is Coach Joe, and I had met Omar at a seminar on how to grow your calves.
True, very true.
And ever since then we hit it off, and what he asked me to do is make a video on my top 5 favorite exercises to grow your quads, as well as my top 5 favorite exercises to grow your hamstrings. So basically this video is going to be about how to get big, strong legs and what has worked for me. But before we get there, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So my name's Joey Zatmary. I actually own a gym called the Lion's Den located in Colmar, PA. So if you're ever in the area, come check it out. But I've been an athlete and a strength sport guy my entire life. I was originally an Olympic weightlifter, so I total around 340 kilos.
Who uses kilos?
Guys that don't understand kilos, that is around a 345-pound snatch and around a 405-pound clean and jerk, give or take on a good or a bad day. After I had an injury, I wanted to just change it up, and I got more involved with strongman. So right now I hold the title for PA Strongest Man in my class, and I've done really well in my other competitions in strongman, and that's what I'm currently focusing on, but I still do both. And that has led me to my man Brian Alsrew, who you may have seen on Omar's channel, who's actually one of my good friends, and I go to his gym every other week and we train, and it's just been awesome. So when it comes to building the quads, okay, the first thing I always tell people is that if that is your weak group, you need to train that more frequently and more often than you are already. So if you're squatting or doing legs once a week, doing that bro split, you gotta increase it to 2, 3, maybe even 4 times per week. Over time, that's definitely gonna help build the leg as a whole and get you more definition, more strength, and more size. In terms of building the quads, my #1 exercise, which you should be doing,
If you're not, hire somebody to kick you in the jugular,
would have to be squat variations. Whether you're doing back squats, front squats, low bar or high bar, I don't care. You need to be doing some sort of squat, and I recommend multiple times a week where you're changing the intensity as well as the volume so you get a good mixture, and over time you will build that strong base. #2 on my list for building bigger legs are going to be Bulgarian split squats. Now you can do these with dumbbells or a barbell, but it really helps work the imbalances in your legs as well as just hitting weak points. I love doing these, and over time they have really increased the size and strength of my legs. #3 on my list for building better, bigger, bad legs is going to be the barbell lunge, and that could be forward, reverse, or even side, done with a barbell or dumbbells. So as I told you guys before, I've been involved with strongman, which leads me to my new favorite leg movement overall for #4, which is going to be heavy yoke carries. The yoke is literally the only piece of equipment where you can have that much weight on your back supported by your skeletal structure. So my max yoke is around 900 pounds, right? And when you have 900 pounds on your back, it literally feels like an elephant is squashing you into the ground. every time. So every step you take is like you're getting out of the Amazon rainforest muck pile where there's an anaconda chasing you, and your legs will have to grow to tremendous strength over time. Another complement to the yoke will be heavy farmer walks. Every time you're taking that step and there's that much weight in each hand, it's making it harder and harder to get off the ground. So by implementing these into your training, I can guarantee you that your leg as a whole, especially your quads, are going to massively increase. Lastly, as an accessory that I really have implemented into my training over the last several months has been heavy sled pushes. Now the reason I like these and what I've noticed especially with my legs is how hardened it makes that muscle. So it really gives you that hardened look to your quads, and you can do these for 50 to 100 yards of just pushing it back and forth, or set a time on a clock and just do as many pushes as possible. But it really has made a difference in 1, my performance, but 2, my strength, and 3, the way my muscle actually looks. It's time for the hamstrings. Ham. Going over my 5 top favorite exercises to grow the hamstring group of the leg. Number 1, it actually isn't even number 1, it's number 0, because this is like the unspoken thing you should be doing, is deadlifts. You guys have to be doing deadlifts, just like the squat, different variations, multiple times a week. You must be deadlifting. So my actual number 1 is going to be Romanian deadlifts, or RDLs. When you do RDLs, I really think it gives you a great stretch in the hamstrings, and over time will grow the hamstring and give you that full back end look to complement the quads. So number 2, guys, is something that I actually had never done. I was afraid to sacrifice my manhood. I saw tons of chicks doing it. I was like, no way. But I started doing them, and it's boosted my size, my strength, my hardness of my legs, my hamstrings so much, and that is the barbell hip thruster. So if you guys are okay with sacrificing the manhood for the process of gains, which I know we all are, you're gonna throw these barbell hip thrusters into your training program. And I really love hitting these for accessory for 8 to 12 reps, getting that burn, feeling it in the glutes, the hamstrings, all the posterior chain, rocking and rolling. They're amazing. Now, as a weightlifter, something that I always done in my training was called death marches. Now, it looks similar to a lunge, however, it really targets the posterior chain as well as the hamstrings if you do it correctly. So you guys should definitely implement these in as well as another accessory movement, and over time, you will see great gains. Number 4. Now, for the quads, this will be the complementary movement for sled pushes, sled pulls with straps. Same process as the sled pushes, where you're gonna do either for distance or for time, and load up some good amount of weight, and you're gonna feel your hamstrings burning more than ever, and it's really just helped increase that hardness of my hamstrings as well as the size of them. Lastly, guys, number 5, which is something that I should have incorporated a lot more often as well, was on the GHD, the reverse hypers, where you are leaning forward and then sitting yourself all the way up, driving through the hamstrings, the glutes, and all you need to do is about anywhere from 8 to 15 reps of these for 3 to 4 sets. I love doing these finishing up a workout. If you're crazy, you can add a little bit of weight resistance, but pace yourself because these things are terrible.
Now you're probably wondering, what about the calves?
Before the calves, I honestly don't have many pieces of equipment in here. A lot of the stuff is odd objects or dumbbells or barbells, so it really has helped me build strong, athletic looking calves, and big size has been the yoke. Because like I said, if I have 750 pounds on my back and I'm doing it for sets, every time I take a step and I'm doing plantar flexion, which is when you roll up on your toes, your calf is initiated in that movement. So think about it. You can't do calf raises with 750 pounds, but on a yoke, you're gonna get that feel and that much weight, which is gonna help grow them over time. Same exact example would be with farmer carries. I do tons of farmer carries and tons of sled pushes, which have helped. And I would say in terms of cardio, what I do, which has really helped my calves, has been doing double unders with a jump rope. So if you can do that, or just regular jumping rope, it will increase the size of your calves. But I think as a package and the legs, implementing all the movements that I just had talked about in the top 10, you will get larger, harder looking, better looking calves than you ever had if you start hitting that training hard.
It's time to end the chicken leg epidemic.
You guys have it. That's pretty much all I had to say on my top 10 favorite movements for increasing the quads as well as the hamstrings and delivering that nice, full, larger, harder look to your legs. Start implementing these and I can guarantee you that they will help. If you have any questions, just drop them below and I'll be sure to answer and get you guys rocking and rolling the best way possible. Lastly, I just want to say thank you so much, Omar, for having me on your channel, man. It means a lot. Thank you to all of you guys who took the time out of your day to watch this video. I really hope that these tips and tricks help. But until then, guys, stay lean, mean, strength machines, and I'll catch up with you later.
Well guys, that is all the time we have. My thanks to Joey for being on the channel, for doing this video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the damn video. Also, check out his channel. Link will be in the description. I got a lot of cool announcements coming on the horizon when it comes to content for this channel. Can someone say the greatest Russian strength coach of all time? Maybe an interview, maybe a collaboration, maybe you'll just have to wait until next week. Anyways, just stay tuned, stay toning, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.